I am perhaps the cleanest human being alive right now. I feel very clean, very cleansed. And you want to know why I feel that way? Would you like to know why? It's because I just took a shower. I just took a shower. You know the thing where you step into a little area and there's a thing that pours water on you and then you take soap and you wipe yourself? I did that. I just did that T-minus 5 minutes ago and I feel cleansed. I feel great. I feel relaxed. The water was hot, so I feel not sleepy, but I feel like I'm in a state of nirvana. I feel nice. There was only one thing, though. If I had to give one, there was one grievance I had with my shower. If I had to complain about one thing, I ran out of body wash. There's something I realized today, and it's that I ran out of body wash. I only had shampoo. I only had shampoo in there. So remember when I told you I'm the cleanest human being alive? That's technically false, because I did not use body wash in the shower. I only used shampoo, and then I just watered, I hosed my body off. So my body smells completely neutral. No stink, it's neutral, and my hair smells slightly good. I could have done a better job had I had body wash, but that simply was not on the table today, so I'm kind of peeved about that. Because now either me or my mom has to go to the store and buy shampoo. And I don't like going to the store. I don't like going out of my way to go shopping. Just not a fun experience for me. I don't like being alone in public. For some reason, when I'm alone in public, I just feel naked. I feel naked and I feel like everyone's staring at me. I hate it. I'd rather be in a group in public, like shopping with someone. And the only issue is, though, if I decide to wait until my mom goes shopping, that's gonna be next weekend. So I have to wait a whole week without body wash. I don't think that's very sanitary. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna have to go to the store. I don't know what store. Maybe Target, and grab myself some body wash. But the thing is, I don't normally go shopping for body wash, so I don't even know what to look for, really. I like Irish Spring. Irish Spring? Irish Spring. I said Irish Spring. That's a little confusing. Irish Spring. That's how you pronounce it. Irish Spring. Irish Spring. I'm done pronouncing it. That's how you pronounce it. I like it, and I'm pretty sure it's shampoo and body wash. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-in-1. So that's nice. I might go for that. Maybe I'll be a little fancy. I might get myself some Axe. I've never used Axe before. I know it's expensive. But maybe if I'm feeling really good about myself, and maybe I need to treat myself, I'll buy myself Axe. Why not? I deserve it, right? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm gonna get it anyway. Who cares? Who cares? Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna get it or not, but I might. There's Irish Spring. There's Axe. There's Old Spice. I love Old Spice. Old Spice is good. I've only used Old Spice a couple of times, but I've savored those moments. It always smells good, and Old Spice feels really fancy. You know what? If I'm gonna get body wash, I might have to go down the Old Spice route. I might have to do that, because Old Spice, it really is that good. I love Old Spice. I'm not even sure, I don't know what body wash I'm looking for. I was about to say I don't know what flavor I'm looking for. But flavor clearly isn't the right word because I'm not one of those freaky shampoo eaters. I don't do that, so... But not the scent. I don't know what scent I like. Every Old Spice I've ever had, it's always been good. But I've never looked at the scents. But I just know, like, every single one I've encountered, it's been good. So that's good. There's also, there's one more brand. It was the brand I just used. I totally forgot what brand it was. It was a white bottle. It was a white bottle, but I forgot. I think it's called Native. I'm pretty sure it's called Native. Native shampoo / body wash. Really good. That was the body wash. Yeah, it was called Native, and it was body wash, and it was really good. I think Old Spice was better, but Native is also good. I don't know. I'll decide what I'm getting when I get it. And maybe I'll tell you. It depends if I remember. If I get body wash and I remember to tell you, I'll tell you in a future video or something. But for now, you're simply going to be confused. You don't know what's going on. You're in the twilight zone here, pal. You don't know. You're in a loop. And you will be wondering this for days. Maybe I'll never tell you. Maybe I'll never tell you just so you can feel the pain. God knows you need to feel the pain. God, you're such an asshole. I fucking hate you. Did I ever tell you that? I hate you. But enough about you. More about me. What else is going on? Oh, I had steaks today. I had a steak today with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I believe I've talked about Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce before on this channel. I'm not sure. I've tried to make videos in the past where I have talked about it, but I don't think those ever came out. But I might have talked about it in a video I've uploaded. I'm not quite sure. I had a steak cooked medium rare with Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. It was very good. I enjoyed it. You can never go wrong with Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. You could have it with practically anything besides maybe Trix or Captain Crunch. I don't think it would work well with cereal, okay? It was a figure of speech. It works well with anything. I don't mean literally anything, but it's pretty good, and it works with a lot of things. A lot of things that you should use barbecue sauce on, it works with. Not cereal. Don't have it with cereal. That would suck. Imagine eating barbecue sauce with cereal. You'd have to be a freak. You'd have to be a freak. Like those people who sit in septic tanks and bathe in shit. Those people are pretty weird, too. I don't know. If you had to choose between the two, which one was weirder? Would you say it's the person who eats cereal with barbecue sauce, or the person who bathes in feces? Who would you say? What's your opinion? I want to hear your take. Submit your answer on goldfishfun.com. Oh, that's good. That sounds really good. Goldfish? Goldfish does sound pretty good, especially flavor-blasted goldfish. I love flavor-blasted goldfish. Flavor-blasted goldfish is the best flavor of goldfish, period. I love that stuff. It's like regular goldfish, but the flavor is blasted. It's like double a goldfish. It's everything a goldfish is, but more. Beyond. It's just flavor-blasted goldfish. It hits the spot, and it's such a shame because it's been so long since I've had flavor-blasted goldfish. I can't remember the last time anybody in my family has purchased flavor-blasted goldfish, or let alone goldfish at all. I don't remember the last time anybody has... I can't remember the last time I've had goldfish in this house. It's just a bunch of fuck-ass potato chips. I hate potato chips. Oh my god, potato chips are so shitty. Especially the default chips. All we get is the regular flavored chips at this house, and I hate them. They're so bland, they're very salty, and you can only eat so much of them before you feel dehydrated and like a piece of shit. And I know I'm a piece of shit, but I don't want to feel like one. Potato chips will do it to you. They'll make you feel like one. So, and I don't like feeling that way. I like feeling very good about myself. You like doing that too? You like feeling good about yourself? Because I do like feeling good about myself, and potato chips don't get me there. Alright. What to talk about? What to talk about? What is there to talk about today? Let's see. We'll find something. There's definitely something worth talking about something. How about... Oh, I was just scrolling through my phone. I was doing that. I was scrolling on Twitter. X. I was on X. And I saw that photo of Elon Musk where he was shirtless and his body kind of looked like a huge brick. Just a huge brick. Just like his whole stomach and chest were just protruding out. I saw that photo. There's a chance you've probably seen it before. If not, just look it up. Look it up. It's weird. It's a weird-looking body. A weird-looking physique. No offense to Elon Musk or anything. I'm not trying to hurt his feelings. It's just... You know, the first thought I had in my head when I saw the image was, what the fuck? What is that? And then, okay, well, okay. So in the picture I just saw, It was like, the caption read, "At Grok, swap their physiques perfectly, please." And it was that picture of Elon Musk side by side with Spider-Man from the movie Spider-Man Brand New Day. So what Grok did in the threaded section, what Grok did was he swapped the bodies of Elon Musk and Spider-Man so that Elon Musk had like a six-pack and looked very strong. And then Spider-Man got the fat body and everything. Except Spider-Man's fat body looked nowhere near as bad as Elon Musk's fat body. Once again, no offense, Elon Musk. I hope... You know, what are the chances Elon Musk is going to see this video? What are the chances? Is somebody a statistics major over here? Does anybody know the statistic probability of Elon Musk accidentally stumbling upon one of my YouTube videos? Because if he does, if he stumbles across this video, he might not like the things I just said. He might be a bit perturbed. So, that would be unfortunate for him, but I really don't think he's going to spend time watching this video because, from what I hear, what I've heard is that Elon Musk is a very busy man. He's a busy guy. He's got shit to do. He's working on SpaceX or something. He's trying to get us to Mars or whatnot. He's doing something. Building rockets, cars, whatever. He's doing something. So chances that he stumbles across this video are 0 to none. I'd be very surprised if somehow Elon Musk viewed this video. But if somehow Elon, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Alright, it's a very weird, bulging body. It's not even like... I called it a fat body, and that's not even an apt description. It wasn't muscular either, it was just bulging. The body was bulging out, protruding, it was just sticking out. It's hard to describe, like, when you see a fat person, you see the rolls, and they kind of hang out, and they jiggle a little bit when they jump, and it's kind of loose and sloppy, a little bit like a melted ice cream cone. But Elon, he had just like a bulging body, like it was just sticking out. Like there was a creature inside of him, and it was reaching out to try to escape, like it was bending his skin and like pushing on his internal organs to try to get out, but it couldn't. I mean, that thing was just bulging. Once again, Elon, I'm sorry. No offense. No offense. It's okay. Calm down. Elon, calm down. Jesus. My God. Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I just saw on X. I just saw that, and I felt the need to say something about it, because... in all honesty, there's nothing else to really talk about. I came home from work today, decided that I was going to take a 20-minute power nap to try to give myself enough energy to survive the last 6 hours of my day. Then that 20 minutes turned to 2 hours, and now I feel sloppy. Because the problem is that when I take like a 2-hour half sleep intermission, I actually wake up with less energy than I do if I took a 20-minute power nap. Like, if I close my eyes for a solid 20 minutes and get up, I'm fine. But if I let that take advantage of me and I end up falling asleep, for some reason, I looked this up. I think it has something to do with REM sleep, which I don't even know what REM sleep stands for, but you've probably heard about it. REM sleep, your mind locks into something or whatnot. So now I'm just... And apparently in REM sleep there are cycles or something. So maybe I woke up halfway through a cycle I wasn't supposed to. It's very weird. I'm not a sleep engineer. I don't know how to describe what REM sleep is. I barely really know what it is myself. Don't have a good proper definition of it or what it is or how it works. You're gonna have to ask somebody. You're gonna have to go up to somebody who knows what they're talking about and say, hey, what do you know about REM sleep and feeling unenergetic when you wake up? And they'll probably come out and say something like, blah, 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 REM sleep, don't wake up halfway through a cycle, you'll be fucked. Or whatever. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a sleep engineer, so I don't I don't dabble in that field of study. What else? What else are we... What's another social media post I saw today? Oh, here's another social media post I saw today. A video of Spider-Man standing in a city. This was like a fake Spider-Man, some YouTuber slash streamer. I didn't remember the name. I didn't see what the name was. It was Austin something, but I don't remember the last name, whatever. So he was dressed up in a Spider-Man suit, and he was standing on some sort of strip, when all of a sudden some lady came up in front of him and just grabbed his penis. She grabbed his cock, and then she looked at the camera and she was like, wow, it's so big, and then she walked away. Complete stranger, by the way. Complete stranger just walks up to Spider-Man and grabs a hold of his pud and just squeezes it a little bit, and then gives a review and says, oh, it's pretty big. Good job, Spider-Man. And then after the fact, she walks away, and Spider-Man's just standing there, fully frozen. He doesn't know what to do. Spider-Man, he's never encountered this thing. He's maybe encountered the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Sandman, Venom, but no one's ever touched him like that in such an odd manner. So he was definitely shocked. He was stunned. He didn't know what to do. He was like, what the fuck? As any person would go, they'd be like, what the fuck? Did this stranger just grab my schlong? What the hell? What's going on here? He's probably trying to see if it actually happened. He was sitting there. His brain was trying to find out if he was sleeping or not. If he was in REM sleep or not. So he was just, yeah, he was very confused. Did not know what to do. So, my computer gets too many damn pop-ups every time. I swear. Every time I open up my computer, there's at least 5, 6, maybe 7 fucking pop-ups that show up on my home screen, and they always disturb me, and I'm always too lazy to figure out how to get rid of them. I have no clue how to do it. No one's ever taught me how to do it. Maybe a YouTube video can do it, but like I said, I just don't have the willpower. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't like doing a single task at all. There's nothing that you can tell me to do that I'd want to do, because I simply don't like doing anything. Ask me if I like doing anything. I don't. So, yeah, it's gonna be kind of a hassle to try to get rid of the pop-ups because I'm just too inadequate. That's a good word to describe myself. If there was ever a word in the English dictionary that would perfectly describe me as a person, that word would be inadequate. Not up to par. Not meeting the requirements. Just simply just a slacker, an absolute slacker who's just he's defective. Just a defective person. Just, yeah, that's I think we hit the hammer on the nail, on the head of the nail right there. We bullseye. We got it right on point. On point. On point. Does anybody remember the song On Point? Do you even know what the song On Point is? You ever heard that song before? By KSI. Came out in 2018 when KSI and Logan Paul were about to get into their, I think it was the second boxing match. Not the first one. They had 2 boxing matches. And I think KSI made the song On Point for the second. No, I'm wrong. He made the song On Point for their first boxing match. Yeah, and it was a diss track on Logan Paul. So Logan Paul, he got hit pretty hard with a diss track, and the song wasn't that bad. I remember the music video was good. I'm pretty sure the music video for that song was like really good at making fun of Logan Paul. That poor soul. Logan Paul. Oh, everybody seems to hate Logan Paul. He did, you know, here's the funny thing about Logan Paul. He totally filmed a dead person in a forest. He totally filmed someone hanging from a tree, which, you know, that's... I don't think people appreciate it. I remember back when that happened, when the whole thing was going down, people are like, hey, Logan, you're not allowed to do that. You can't film dead people. That I'm pretty sure, Logan, I'm pretty sure that breaks the code of ethics. And then Logan was like, ah, shit. You might be onto something. So then he ended up deleting the video. And then he, like a week later, I think, if I have the timeline correct, he made an apology video. And, I would say all was forgiven, but I don't think people let him off the hook that easy. He had to go a whole rebuilding process where he got into a boxing match to lift himself on out of the rut. So he did it, and I think he's fine now. I know a lot of people still dislike him, but I think he's maintaining. He's in the WWE. He's a wrestler now. He does that stuff. I was a fan of the WWE for a long time, but it's gotten pretty shitty recently, so I don't watch it. It's not because of Logan Paul. Logan Paul is actually one of the better parts of the WWE right now, surprisingly. But he can't save it. It's still, I can't even, it's hard to watch. It's like everything in that company that you think should happen never happens because the writers kind of fucking suck. No offense, writers for the WWE, but I mean, come on. You clearly don't even know what you're doing, and you yourself may not even watch WWE, but it's just, if you don't trust my word, it's not good. It's not, I don't think it's going anywhere good. I think it needs to either die or get really, really close to dying so that it can feel the fear of death. And out of that fear, it will be reborn and rebuilt into something much stronger. All right, either of those two outcomes I'm fine with. The point is it's not meeting my standards. It's not adequate. It's just like me, it's inadequate. It's just not working, not a good thing, as opposed to a bad thing. Wait, no, not a good thing is a bad thing, as opposed to a good thing. It's not a good thing, as opposed to a good thing. I totally fucked that up. That's horrible. Okay. In other news, let's talk about other stuff. Let's talk about more things that are going on currently in the world. What else? Anyone have anything? Anyone want to share anything? Give me something to talk about? No? No, you're going to be useless again? Okay. I guess I do everything around here. Let me come up with something to talk about. This isn't even a good topic. I'm about to talk about a horrible topic that I know, like, you may not even know. King Kong. What do you know about King Kong, the giant gorilla who lurks Skull Island? Do you know anything about him? Should I even continue talking about King Kong? Do you even care if I discuss King Kong or not? Do you think I can just cut this video early, right? I can totally cut this video early, right? And you wouldn't be upset. I really don't think you want to hear me talk about King Kong, so I'm not going to talk about King Kong. I like King Kong, but I don't think I think it's a little, it's one of those things that are a little too niche, you know. And I might lose some people there, so I'm just going to quit while I was about to say quit while I'm ahead, but I don't even think I'm ahead. So holy shit, it's Friday. You know what day it is. You know what day it is. I'm 100% sure you know what day it is. It's Friday. It is Friday. It is a good day. And if you're watching this on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and you feel the need to comment, it's actually this day, then you can jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. You are not needed here. All right? You get the memo. You understand the memo. Today, the day that I'm speaking currently, right now, what you're listening to is a man who is speaking on a Friday, and I, for one, can't be more excited. I, for one, can't be more excited. I'm about to have a great weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. The sun's out today. We're going to enjoy the night. It's going to be awesome. Get out your party caps. We're going to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. Now, besides the fact that it was Friday, I got the good news out of the way. Now it's time for the funny news. I told you the good news. Now I'm going to give you the funny news. Because I saw a video. I saw a really great video today that impressed me. It impressed me. It was a video. I'll describe to you what I saw. So there was this guy. He was like a 24 or 26-year-old man. And what he did is he would sit outside of hospitals on a parking garage. So he would be looking at dying patients through the window, and he was wearing a Grim Reaper outfit. Yes. So there was a guy dressed as the Grim Reaper taunting people who were about to die. It's a bit fucked up. But to be honest, you know, as Frank Sinatra once said, some men get their kicks stomping on a dream. And this guy was fucking... He was doing the Lord's work. He was standing on a parking garage in a Grim Reaper outfit staring at... Well, I don't know if they were all dying patients. I think they were just elderly people who were in the hospital. I don't know if some of them were, like, on track to die, if the illness they had was terminal. But just the very idea that some random guy in his free time, in his very limited free spare time, this guy decides to dress in a Grim Reaper costume and stare at old people. He is awesome. That is an awesome man. And you cannot tell me that is not awesome. That is free will. That is free will demonstrated. But here, there's actually a bad side to this story that I've heard through the grapevine. There's a slight negative side to this story, and it's that I'm pretty sure the guy was arrested. I'm pretty sure he was arrested, or he was sentenced to something minor. Point is, he somehow got punished for doing this. Which I don't... To be honest, I'm no man of the law. You know, I'm not Saul Goodman, Chuck McGill. I'm not... Like, I don't know how the law works. But all the guy was doing was dressing up in a Grim Reaper outfit and standing on a parking garage. Can you really get arrested for doing that? Is it really possible to get arrested for doing that? Is there something against that? I don't know. I think there's a case to be made there. I'm pretty sure there might possibly, perchance, be a case to be made there. You know, I was rooting for the guy. I was rooting for him, but whatever. Okay. Well, in other news, I just drank a marshmallow shake. I just drank a large marshmallow shake. It was very huge. I drank it all in about 5 minutes because I'm a very fast drinker/eater, but in this scenario I was drinking, so in this situation I was a very fast drinker. I drank that marshmallow shake at God's speed, and I felt like shit. This was an hour ago. I still kind of feel like shit right now, but most of the pain has gone away. I felt most of the pain about 30 minutes after consuming the shake, but since then it's been going down slowly. So I'm starting to feel better. Moral of the story here, don't... If you're going to eat something, or you're going to drink something, pace yourself. You might as well pace yourself, because if you eat it too fast, if you drink it too fast, if you drink it, eat it like a hog, whatever, it's just going to hurt. And it's not going to feel good. Sometimes, instead of rushing, You just need to enjoy the process. You need to sit back, relax in your chair, and just enjoy the process. Enjoy that marshmallow shake. Savor that marshmallow shake. And it will be better. I promise you. Except for this one instance that just happened to me. You see, I did drink this marshmallow shake really fast, but I left out one key detail. And that one key detail is that by the time I got the marshmallow shake, it was already a bit watered down. Almost like it had been sitting in the heat for like a little bit. Because there's a certain consistency. There's a certain consistency that I like with my milkshakes, where it's like it's globby. It's halfway between solid and liquid. You know, it's gonna... You know how a milkshake should taste. Everybody knows how a milkshake should taste. But when I got this marshmallow shake, it was definitely more watery than usual. Like, it was going down so easy. It was going down way too easy. I knew I only had a limited time to drink it. I was on a clock. I was on the clock, and I had to drink it down. So I had no choice but to consume it within 5 minutes. But in your average situation that you might find yourself in, pace yourself. Pace yourself like a cross-country runner. Like a cross-country runner. Never understood those fucks. If you're a cross-country runner, what are you doing? What's going... Yeah, because here's the thing, you know. I don't understand running as a hobby. Personally, I hate to run. Running sucks. If I run for more than 15 seconds, I start wheezing. It's horrible. It's punishment. It's torture. You know, it sucks. It's not fun. But there are people who run, they do it as a hobby. I'll never understand those people. How could you do it? I mean, even... Let's move past the pain. Let's move way past the pain. It's just boring. You're running in a straight line, or, you know... You're just running, I guess. It's not a straight line. I guess the paths vary. Pathing varies. As a matter of fact, to keep it fun, most runners probably do choose different paths, maybe. You know, if they want to spice things up a little bit. But the idea, you know, you're just running, you're not doing anything else, it's not stimulating enough. I'm a man who needs to be stimulated, alright? I need my brain to be tickled. And if I were to run, bouncing up and down, jogging... listening to an audiobook or whatnot, that just wouldn't do it for me. I don't like it. Wouldn't be fun. Wouldn't enjoy it. Top 10 unenjoyable experiences. Running. I had a friend who was a cross-country runner. I never understood it. Never really saw the whole picture on that front. But meh. I guess that's just my opinion. So... I'm such a glutton. I'm so full. I ate so much food. I just had chicken parmesan. And I'm full. I'm so full that I feel sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach, alright? I don't need to throw up. Or anything. It's not that serious. But I've eaten so much chicken parmesan to the point where I feel really low on energy. Like I feel like a piece of slop. Like I don't want to do anything. All I want to do is curl up in a ball in my bed and pass out. But, I am forcing myself, I've taken it upon myself to force myself to make this video. Because I was born with a duty. I have a duty to supply content. I have a duty to produce. I have a duty to produce, so I'm gonna produce something magical for you today. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I'm about to produce something extremely magical for you today. Alright? I'm gonna talk about something interesting. So let's talk about something interesting. What's something interesting that we can talk about? Ooh. Here's something interesting that we could talk about. So remember when I told you that I just ate chicken parmesan? Well, the reason I had chicken parmesan was because I was at a restaurant that sold chicken parmesan. But do you want to know what also happens at this restaurant? Are you curious to know what also happens at this restaurant? They play bingo there. On Wednesday nights, they have a bingo night. So I was playing bingo. You know, the game with all the letters and the numbers, and you have to get 5 in a row, and then you call bingo. I played that game. Ask me if I won. Ask me if I won a single game of bingo. I didn't. I didn't win a single game of bingo. It was pretty upsetting. Actually, the entire first game, I played 3 games tonight. I played 3 games of bingo, and in the first game, out of like the fucking 12 or 10 positions the guy called, I call him the bingo master, the guy who was on the microphone calling out the numbers. I call him the bingo master. I don't know what the technical term is. Out of like all of those things he called, whatever number amount of positions he called, I only got like 3 spots. And that's counting the middle piece that's already given to you at the beginning of the game. So I got totally fucked. Absolutely rammed in the behind. It wasn't fun. I was actually kind of miserable. And bingo, this was my first time like actually playing bingo in a public setting, like how adults do it. And it wasn't fun. It wasn't very stimulating. So not only was I not stimulated enough, but I was also sitting there and not even winning. So I was in a very depressive state. And then game 2 rolled around. When game 2 rolled around, I did a little bit better. I think I got called on like 5 times, like my positions were called on 5 times, so I was feeling a little bit better. I got a little close to hitting a bingo. I was like 2 spots away, but no dice. It didn't happen, so that was also awful. And then the third game, the exact same thing from game 2 happened again, and I still lost. And it just wasn't a good feeling. But that's semi-interesting. That's what happened to me today. I tried something new, and I paid dearly for it, alright? So it wasn't really a win. It was kind of awful, and then even worse, I came home and now I'm just tired. I'm tired because I ate too much food. And I did a good thing. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video. I don't think I did. I might have, I don't think I did. But I've decided that I'm quitting carbonated drinks. I've decided that I'm quitting carbonated drinks because apparently they do damage to your tooth enamel. And I'm like, fuck that, I don't want it. So now from here on out, I'm just going to drink water. So one good thing that came from this venture to the restaurant was I got myself water. Instead of doing my normal order and getting myself a Diet Pepsi, I decided to get a water, and I drank the water. And I felt like a health nut. I felt healthy. I felt clean. I felt good about myself. I was like, wow, look at me go. Look at me go. I'm drinking water. This isn't something you see me do every day. I mean, albeit I haven't really been drinking healthy amounts of water. Like, I know it's recommended that you have, like, at least a gallon of water a day, maybe more. I only had 2 glass cups, like normal restaurant cups. You know, those little glass cups. 2 of those of water today, and that was from the restaurant. That's it. That's it. And for the record, once again, talking about my, my hiatus from carbonated drinks, I told myself that I was going to do that yesterday, and I technically already failed today, because here's a little story time. At work today, when I was on my lunch break, my normal routine for lunch break is I just go to the vending machine and get myself a Coca-Cola. That's what I do, because that's what I've always done. So even though yesterday I told myself I was going to quit carbonated drinks, today I unconsciously went to the vending machine and bought myself a Coke and drank it. And then after I drank the Coke, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. I told myself I wasn't going to drink carbonated drinks. Now here I am, I just drank a carbonated drink. I feel like an asshole. I failed my mission. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him again tomorrow. I'm gonna come back and swing harder and try harder. But this time I have to be more aware of the fact. You know? No more carbonated drinks. So, even though I promised myself something, I backstabbed myself. I stabbed myself in the ass on that one. So that also wasn't very fun. But what is something fun that happened? Because bingo wasn't fun. The fact that I drink a Coke wasn't fun. You know, but what's something fun that I did today? Is there any... I took a shower. Showers are fun, right? I did that. It felt nice. The water was warm. But that's kind of cheapskating it. Let's think of something actually fun that I did. Something worthwhile that I took on today. Really nothing. Nothing was really fun today. Nothing... Yeah, nothing exciting. It was pretty mundane. It was boring. Your average run-of-the-mill day. You ever seen the show Metastases before? You ever seen that? There's only one reason. There is only one reason I am talking about this show right now, and it's because I just did a reaction to it. I uploaded it, and it got copyright claimed, so I'm very mad. So instead of reacting to the TV show Metastases, I'm going to A, explain to you what Metastases is, and B, paint you a picture of what I was reacting to. So I'll do a video overview with you. I'll explain to you what happened. So anyways, if you've never heard of Metastases before, you've probably most likely been living under a rock, alright? It was one of the craziest, most popular TV shows in 2008. Okay, whatever, I'm done. It was a Breaking Bad ripoff. Metastases, listen. Metastases, it was a Breaking Bad ripoff show with completely different actors. It was done in Mexico, I think, no, Colombia. Because when I got the copyright claim, it said something about Colombia, so I think it was a Colombian version of Breaking Bad, where they basically recreated the entire show with all the same characters. They gave some of the characters different names, like, for instance, Walter White, he's Walter Blanco. And Gus Fring, his name is Gus Cortez, or Gustavo Cortez. Because in the video I was reacting to the scene where Gus Fring dies, like in the show in Breaking Bad where Gus Fring dies, except I was reacting to the Metastases version of it. And it kind of plays out the same. It almost plays out the exact same as the normal Breaking Bad death scene, but it's just... I don't know what to tell you. It's 10 times worse. I'm not even trying to hate. I'm not a hater. I swear I'm not a hater, but I mean, this fucking sucked. This fucking sucked. And when I did my reaction to it, I tried to play it up, you know? I tried to play on its strengths. I tried to make it seem good. I wanted to breathe hope into the world. But honestly, I don't even think my god tier reaction could even save that scene. I mean, the acting was so off point. You know the character Tyrus? You know the character Tyrus, one of Gus Fring's bodyguards that was in that scene? I mean, I don't know, like, I just didn't like the actor. First of all, the actor was white, alright? And I got nothing against white people, okay? I actually like white people, believe it or not. Would you believe me if I told you I'm white? I am white, so I like white people, obviously, but the actor was white. He didn't even resemble Tyrus at all, and his acting was just so shit. I wish I could explain to you in detail how shit it was. He was definitely the worst character in the scene, but it sucked. But, okay, so, yeah, there was a guy named Tyrus. I called him Tyler in the video. I referred to him as Tyler because I didn't know the name they gave that character in Metastases. He was Tyrus in Breaking Bad. In Metastases, I had no clue, so I called him Tyler. And then there was Hector Salamanca, and I didn't know if they called Hector Salamanca in that show, so I just called him Harvey. I called him Harvey in that video. Don't ask me why I called him Harvey, I have no clue. I just tried to, like, I didn't think they reused Hector. I didn't think they reused Hector, and I wanted to give him a name, so I called him Harvey. Harvey Salamanca. This is a new character I've created in the Breaking Bad universe, in case they ever do, like, a spin-off to Better Call Saul. Harvey Salamanca. This was like the Salamanca that was ruling the territory in the 80s or something. Harvey Salamanca. I just created a new character. But yeah, all three of them are in the room. Gustavo Cortez, he looks at Harvey in the eyes and he says, "Last chance to look at me, you crippled little rat." and then Harvey Salamanca, he looks like a little sad, like he looks defeated, but he looks him in the eyes. He does look Gustavo Cortez in the eyes, but he had tears in his eyes when he looked at Gustavo, and he almost looked like he was almost submissive, you know? He looked like he just wanted Gustavo to spare his life. He looked like a victim. He looked like he was begging Gustavo not to kill him with the eye stare he was giving him, but that sad, please don't hurt me eye stare, it slowly turned into an evil and maniacal stare of, I'm about to fuck you in the ass. And that's basically what he did, because he started tapping the bell. Just like Hector did in Breaking Bad, he started tapping the bell. And then Gustavo Cortez, he saw the bomb on the back of the wheelchair. He saw the bomb on the back of Harvey Salamanca's wheelchair, and he was like, "Ah!" And then the bomb went off. And then the bomb went off, and Gustavo... I mean, you basically know the rest of the story. Gustavo Cortez, he walks out of the room. Half of his face is exploded. But since he's a man of class, he decides to tie his tie first. He ties it up, make sure he's nice and tidy. And then he falls to the ground and dies. He falls to the ground and dies. And all of the hospital workers, they were like, "Oh my god, look what happened to his face." Because this does take place in it was like an elder care facility. So yeah, if you know Breaking Bad, you already know the scene. And he dies, and then it rolls out to the YouTube channel's outro, because apparently Metastases has their own YouTube channel, just like Breaking Bad does. And it played like the little outro, and it was like, Metastases. Same title card as Breaking Bad. It still had the text with the atomic symbols in it, just like Breaking Bad does, but they had it changed a little bit because the name's Metastases. I'm pretty sure in Breaking Bad, the BR in breaking is like a atomic symbol for something, and then the BA in bad is something else. But in Metastases, it was two completely different letters they used for the periodic table symbols, so... yeah. Is it even called an atomic symbol? I know on, like, I think it's called, like a periodic symbol. I'm gonna call it an atomic symbol. I know they have atomic numbers on there. I remember that from my chemistry class. I will admit I didn't really pay attention to my chemistry class much. I was never really a fan of chemistry, which is surprising because I'm actually a really huge fan of Breaking Bad. It's kind of unfortunate. It's like what could have been? Maybe if I had paid attention to chemistry more, maybe I would have liked it. Maybe I could have. Maybe I should have given it a chance. Maybe I was being too petty when I was in my chemistry class. I don't know. I don't know, but anyways, that's basically what I just reacted to. I wanted to make a video. That was gonna be my video. I was so happy with the video, but it just couldn't be produced, so this is the best you're gonna get, folks. Feel free to watch the video yourself. It's definitely on YouTube. I just watched it on YouTube. So feel free to find the video yourself. Do you know who might be on track to win the Diabetic Wars 2026? This guy. This guy. I genuinely think I might be on track to win the Diabetic Wars 2026. I have been stuffing my face with slop. And I've done it with no remorse, too. I've done it with no remorse, no pullback. I haven't been pulling my punches. I've been eating straight dog shit. Not literally dog shit. That would be pretty weird. If I were actually eating dog shit, I don't know, I think that's just a really bad look. Trust me, I'm not eating dog shit. Apparently poop, I found this out a couple of days ago. Apparently poop is very bad for you. You're not allowed to eat poop. That's just not something you should do. It has zero nutritional value. I found this out recently. You cannot eat poop. As a matter of fact, it actually could do more harm than good. not only does it provide you with no nutritional value, but it can also hurt you in many ways. Ooh, yeah, so, yeah, you can't eat poop, but I'm not, don't worry. I haven't been shoveling shit in my mouth. It was a, I think the term is metaphor? Or, yeah, the term is metaphor. It was a metaphor. I've just been eating a lot of slop. A lot of pizza, a lot of ice cream, a lot of cookies, a lot of chocolate, a lot of whatever. And, you know, I'm starting to notice the pounds slowly packing on, and to be honest, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. But am I going to go to the gym? Am I going to bring myself to the gym? Maybe. Maybe. It depends. Maybe I will. Maybe. I don't know. I've been in and out of the gym recently. I used to be very, very consistent. I used to be really consistent with going to the gym, but I lost that passion. I lost that passion. I've lifted weights. It's just, it's the same thing. It's boring going to the gym. You ever notice how boring going to the gym is? You walk in there, you sit down, you push dumbbells back and forth for an hour, and you do nothing but listen to music. It's boring. Most of the time, I'm just sitting on a, or laying on a bench staring at a ceiling and hurting myself. It's torture. It's not even fun. You go to the gym and it hurts your chest, and then afterwards you're sore, and you think to yourself, why the fuck did I just do that? This hurts. This hurts. I should stop this. You know? Just to look like a Greek god, I punish myself every day. And a lot of gym influencers, they tell you should like the pain, you should enjoy the pain, it's about the process. I don't know, I call that masochism. I think that's a light version of masochism. But I don't know, I mean... there's a trade-off there, you know. If I don't hurt myself, then I'll become fat and sloppy. I'll look like the ice cream cones that I eat. So, I don't know. Maybe I should become a masochist again. I used to be a huge masochist, as I just told you. I used to be really into masochism. But I've lost touch with it. But I think... I don't know. I don't wanna talk. I don't want to say I'm gonna go work out again and then not do it. I don't feel like making promises I can't keep. I was gonna say an expression right there, cashing checks. Don't make checks, don't write checks you can't cash. Is that the expression? I was about to make that expression. So, okay, I'd say there's like a 40% likelihood that I'll go back to the gym. Because here's the other thing about going back to the gym. If I start working out again, that also means I'm going to have a good diet. I'm going to have a lot of protein. Not the protein that comes from pepperonis on pizzas, like real protein, like chicken. And I can't have Sweet Baby Ray's with it because Sweet Baby Ray's has too much sugar. I'm going to need to get the no sugar, the sugar-free version, which sucks. It completely defeats the purpose of Sweet Baby Ray's. It takes everything good that Sweet Baby Ray's has to offer and strips it from it. So, yeah, I mean, it would just, like, life would get progressively worse. Like, what I'm trading is happiness for basically to become Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know? Maybe I should just take steroids. Why didn't I think of it? Maybe I should just take steroids. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Go on the... yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do steroids... do you put on muscle by just taking steroids, or like, can I barely... like, if I just wanted to do 10 push-ups a day, but I took steroids, would I still get big? I hope so. I'd work out if that were the case. I'd torture myself that much. Then there'd be like a 90% chance I'd start working out. If I took steroids, there'd be a 90% chance, I could promise you, I'd start working out. These are things to think about. I ate 2 hot dogs today. I consumed 2 hot dogs today. As a matter of fact, I didn't even consume them too long ago. I consumed them fairly recently. As a matter of fact, I'd probably say roughly an hour and a half ago. But you want to know what? They were very good. Very good hot dogs. I have no clue what brand they were. My mother, she threw them in the air fryer. Proceeded to air fry those hot dogs, and then I ate them. And if you have a problem with that, if you have a single problem with that, then I don't care. To be honest, though, I don't see why you would have a problem with that. Why would you have a problem with that? That would be a pretty weird thing to have a problem with. If you had a problem with me eating a hot dog, I'd probably tell you to pay attention more to your own life. I'd probably start to question what you even do in your own life, if all you can fixate on is the fact that I had two air-fried hot dogs. Like, if that's the only thing you can wrap your head around, if you're so angry, like, why would you be angry at that? That's such a weird thing. That's such a thing to be mad at. Why are you mad at me for that? I mean, do you not have anything of your own to, like what's going on in your life? What are you up to? Like, name one thing. Because I don't understand why you'd be mad at me for eating 2 air-fried hot dogs. They were good, too. You want to hear a story about, you want to hear a story about what happened to me an hour and a half ago as I was munching on those hot dogs? It's actually a pretty funny story, you see. So I just took these 2 air-fried hot dogs, right? Took them out of the air fryer. Well, technically, my mom took them out of the air fryer. She took the hot dogs out of the air fryer, put them on 2 buns, and then served them to me. But once I received the hot dogs on a paper plate, and it was a pretty hefty paper plate, too. Not like hefty because the paper plate was hefty, but hefty because 2 hot dogs on a single paper plate. It was heavy, and when it gets heavy, it makes the paper plate kind of flimsy, you know? Usually when you have 2 hot dogs, 2 air-fried hot dogs, you want 2 paper plates to, like, hold those hot dogs, because that way you'll have more stability. But I was only using one paper plate, so it was pretty flimsy. I had to hold it with 2 hands. But as I sat down in my room, I was eating these hot dogs on my bed, of course, because I wanted to watch Poker Stars while I consumed my 2 hot dogs, and I wanted to do it in private, because it's not something I'm exactly proud to do in public. Well, no, it's not that I'm not proud of... Like, I can eat hot dogs and watch Poker Stars in my kitchen, I suppose, but I like being in my dark room when I do that. It brings me comfort. I like the solace it gives me. But as I sat down in my dark room, my dark, cold room, isolated room with my 2 air-fried hot dogs, I took the first hot dog, I started inching it towards my mouth, and then when I bit into the hot dog, you're not gonna believe this, it squirted in my face. Like, I took a bite into the hot dog, and the hot dog juice squirted in my eye. My right eye. And some of it, since my mouth was open, it also got inside my mouth too, and it led to a really weird feeling. Like, it tickled and hurt at the same time. Tickled and hurt at the same time, and I had to, like, kind of lick the inside, like the roof of my mouth, but also like kind of clench my facial muscle too at the same time. And then the hot dog juice was also pretty hot still because it just came out of the air fryer, so it burned. So I was like also wiping my face off and like kind of wiping it hard to try to numb the pain. You know, it was just an all-around mess of a situation. And I still haven't taken a shower yet, or even washed my face for that matter. So there's probably still remnants of that hot dog juice sitting on my face. So that's, if you wanted a fun fact of the day, there's your fun fact of the day. I squirted air-fried hot dog juice in my eyes and mouth and have refused to wash it off. That is fairly new news. Kind of interesting, not that important. It's not the world's most important news, but it's mildly like it kind of makes you think, who the fuck is this guy squirting air-fried hot dog juice on his face? What's his deal? You know, or you're probably thinking to yourself, that was just a genuine mistake, not really the guy's fault. Just wanted to enjoy a hot dog, and you know, accidents happen. I'd go with the latter on that one. Accidents happen. It's not my fault. I didn't intentionally squirt the hot dog juice on my face. Just kind of, it just happened, you know? Sometimes you don't, like, moments like that you don't force to happen. Those ones just happen. That's one of those rare few natural moments that just happen to people. So, and it happened to me. It happened to me an hour and a half ago. And then after I squirted the hot dog juice on my face, accidentally, of course, I finished the 2 hot dogs probably within 2 minutes. I'm a fast eater, and I ate those hot dogs pretty quick. They weren't the hottest, so I probably ate them within 2 minutes. Finished the video, and then I passed out, took a nap. I passed out and took a nap because I was tired. I woke up early, so I was very tired when I ate these hot dogs. And then I took a nap for probably like an hour and 20 minutes. Then I walked around my house for 5 minutes. And then I came downstairs, and here I am now. Talking, making this video. I'm in a shitty attitude. I'm in perhaps one of the shittiest attitudes I've ever been in a while. Alright, and that's saying something, because I've been in a lot of shitty attitudes recently. I just recorded, like, I was in the process of recording a video, and I was doing so well. I achieved flow state. Everything was going good, and then somebody walked downstairs and completely screwed up the recording. And now I'm peeved. I'm peeved, because I was actually having a very impassioned speech about Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I was talking about Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. It was a good conversation. Really good conversation. A lot of good discussion, talking points. And I got fucked. I got fucked. Do you know what it feels like to be fucked? Like, I've been fucked. Sorry for saying the F-bomb so much. I've been trying to cut down on swearing recently. Not like, it's just, I feel like I abuse swearing too much when I speak, you know? It's like saying the word, like, not, like, okay, let me give you an instance, alright? So, sophomore year of high school, right? Sophomore year of high school, I had this history teacher. Or should I say the class had 2 teachers. It had 2 teachers. One of them was one of the assistant principals of the school. but he was kind of just like he would sit in on the class. He was considered one of the teachers. I don't know if he was one of those autistic teachers. Sometimes they have those stand-in autistic teachers. I don't think he was. I don't think he was, because there was nobody really autistic in that class. Unless he was watching me. Unless he was secretly watching me, I don't know. Like he was hired to watch me because, I don't know, maybe I just had a bad track. Why? I don't know why I'm assuming it's me. All right, maybe it was someone else. Maybe someone else was autistic. I don't give myself enough credit. But there was this guy in the class. He was the assistant teacher, and one day, the main teacher, he couldn't make it into school. So the assistant teacher, he had to stand up in front of the class, and he had to teach history. And he had to be the worst speaker I have ever seen in my entire life. Every time he'd speak, he would basically follow up every 3 words with the word like he'd go and it was so noticeable. It was so noticeable that it was just like it distracted you from the actual lesson, as if history wasn't boring enough. I'm now being distracted because this guy keeps on throwing uhs, and us. So it was just distracting, a lot of filler words. And ever since that happened, ever since that fateful day happened where that guy taught at such a horrible F-tier level, not even F-tier, he had his own tier, I've made an oath to myself that I'd try my best not to use repeat words. And I've noticed that in a lot of my videos, I constantly have just, like the word fuck has became my replacement for and all that stuff. It's become a filler word. And what an awful filler word. Like, what if I'm trying to attract, like, let's say hypothetically, I'm trying to attract an audience of a bunch of wholesome senior citizens, because honestly, you know, maybe I am. Maybe I am. To be honest, they don't seem like the worst kind of audience to have. They'd probably leave the best comments in the world. They'd probably be so happy and cheerful they'd leave the best comments in the world. I'm not going to attract my fantasy fan base of humble, happy senior citizens if I'm using this decrepit language. I can't do that. I can't swear anymore. We are going family friendly. Well, actually, hold on a second, because that doesn't really fit my character too much. Because honestly, I don't like old people. I like and I hate old people. It's complicated. I have a complicated relationship with old people, because there are nice old people who exist, you know, and they're cheerful and they're happy and you love to see them. But, you know, sometimes, like, I used to be a store stalker. I used to be a stalker at a store, and I would do a lot of mornings. And early mornings, that's when you attract a lot of the older customers. And when I'd be trying to throw out the load, when I'd be stocking the shelves and moving the machines through the aisles, these old fucks, these geezers, they would stand in your way, they would walk slow, and they'd make you wait. They would punish you. It's almost as if, you know, retirement is so boring for them that they get their kicks from making you feel miserable. And also, they'd go up to the cash register when I'm on the register, and they still wouldn't know how to use a credit card or a debit card. They couldn't tap it. They couldn't insert it inside the machine. It's not that hard, people. It's not that complicated. They couldn't do it. You know? They're nice and all, until they piss you off, and then you're like, okay. Then you kind of think to yourself. You start rationalizing in your brain, and you're like, maybe we should make a federal, like, execution age law where, like, anybody past 62, let's call it at 62, anybody past 62, they go to the chopping block. They say, hey, you've served enough time. You have to go. You have to go. Listen, it's not personal. It's not personal. I know you wanted to enjoy your retirement. I understand that wholeheartedly, completely, but you have to die. You have to die. Or how about this? We don't How about we don't make it where you die at 62, but there are a couple past the age of 62, you have to pass a couple of prerequisites. You have to pass your driving test. You have to know how to use a debit card. It's mandatory. You have to know how to insert a debit card, tap a credit card, swipe a debit card. You have to know that shit. You have to pass, you have physical tests where you have to do 10 push-ups. You have to at least do 10 push-ups. You need to be able to be fast, complete the mile in under 20 minutes. You have to do 1 mile in under 20 minutes. You have to be able to do 10 push-ups past the age of 62. And you can stay alive. Otherwise, we'll attach cinder blocks to your feet and we'll throw you in a lake. No, that's harsh. Why would I say that? That's just sick. Imagine old people drowning at the bottom of a lake. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's such a horrible thing to laugh at. That's not funny. That's not, oh, fuck, that's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. God. Oh. God has nothing to do with that. That's a horrible thought. Old people, do not imagine old people drowning at the bottom of a riverbank. Or a lake. No, riverbanks could be deep enough, yeah. What am I talking about? It's water. Old people submerged underwater. We're not talking about them. It's not funny. But yeah, you're gonna... maybe we'll bring back the guillotine. Maybe we'll shove bombs up their butts. We're not gonna shove bombs up their butts. That would be too expensive. Inefficient. But, lethal injection. I don't know how much lethal injection costs. Is that expensive? I don't know. Maybe we're just not gonna kill old people. Maybe I'm just stretching out too far and I'm just a really bitter person. Old people can stay alive unless I become ruler of the world. If I become ruler of the world, there'll be prerequisites. Except my grandparents. Only my grandparents are allowed to stay alive. Your guys' grandparents are fucked. Look at me, I just swore again. I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting nowhere. But point is, your grandparents, yeah, it's not going to be a good look. My grandparents, they get to stay alive, though. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, I'm a very cold person. A very, very, very cold person. I'm in my basement right now. And do you want to know the temperature of my basement right now? Very cold degrees Celsius, because it is very cold. I'm wearing a t-shirt, first of all, so that can't possibly help. I'm wearing a t-shirt, and I can see the goosebumps on my skin. I can see the goosebumps on my skin. Oh, there I go. I'm repeating myself. You know what I just realized? You want to know something funny? You want to know something funny? I noticed that every time I talk, I tend to repeat myself. And somebody actually called it out in the comment sections on my section on my last video, and they said, "Stop repeating yourself. You're giving me an aneurysm. You're giving me an aneurysm." Oh, look, I did it again. I did it again, and I swear I'm not even doing this shit on purpose. This is kind of just how I roll. This is how I do things. When I repeat words, I'm able to think about what I'm gonna say next better. That's just how it works. So, but the guy said something along the lines of, "You're giving me an aneurysm, please stop repeating yourself." So I'm gonna try to stop repeating myself, but that might be at the cost of the quality of this video. I don't know if this video will be able to be as good if I can't repeat myself. So, we'll see how this goes. Anyways, I'm cold. I'm cold. I just fucking repeated myself. God damn it. This is going to be hard. This is going to be very hard. And that wasn't me repeating myself right there when I said this is going to be very hard, because I added the word very. Kind of maybe, I don't know, we'll go over, we'll have a rule book eventually. We'll make a rule book for these videos saying what I can or cannot do. That will come out later, but for now, you know what? I'm going to repeat myself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to repeat myself because I haven't made a rule book yet. So right now it's total anarchy, free reign. I get to do whatever I want right now. Maybe in the future I'll make a code of commandments that I have to follow, but for now, repeating words is allowed to help me speak. It is allowed to help me speak, and I did it right there. I don't even care. Point is, it's cold downstairs, and when it gets cold, it makes me have to shit. That's what I've been trying to say. When it gets really cold, for some reason, when I get cold, I have to shit. That's just how it goes. I call it the goosebump stage. Once I get goosebumps on my skin, something happens in my body that makes me need to exfil all of the feces from my system. So I don't feel like I have to shit yet. But do you actually want to hear something crazy about poop? You want to hear something crazy about a poop story I recently had? People seem to love poop stories. People can't get enough of poop stories. There's one thing I found out about you people. You guys just love poop stories. You love getting your hands in those. So I'm gonna feed your disgusting little, I suppose, desires, because I have a pretty horrible poop story. Something that happened to me earlier today at work, and oh my god. It fucking sucked. It sucked so hard. Let me tell you. So I went to the stall. The day before today, I had chicken wings at a restaurant, and those chicken wings, ever since I ate them, like yesterday, I was shitting my brains out. That's just what the chicken wings did to me. And I thought that was gonna stay in yesterday. I didn't think that would linger into today, but this morning, roughly around 8:45 in the morning, I had to go to the bathroom again. I was feeling it in my stomach. I was feeling queasy. And I just knew, like, the moment I got the tinglies in my stomach this morning, I knew it was over for me. Because I knew this was going to be... I'm trying to, like, describe this in a way that's not disgusting. Like, I want you to get the picture, but I don't want to be overly graphic. But it was... Like, it was just a stinker. If I'm gonna put it in, like, the worst but also most innocent way, it was a stinker. It was diarrhea. It was diarrhea. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, it was horrible. And I went into the bathroom, and it was definitely one of those poops. It was one of those poops where you know it's gonna make some noise. It's gonna blow off some sound. There's gonna be reverb in that bathroom. And I was trying my best because once I got into the stall, there are 3 stalls in this bathroom. Somebody had already taken the stall all the way to the right. So there was one more person in this bathroom with me taking a poop. I jumped into a co-op lobby. And I sat down on the toilet. And since I knew it was going to make noise, all I was really trying to do was damage control. I was trying to go slow and paced. Slow and steady wins the race as I was pooping this time, but... it was like on the third push, it just blew a gasket and erupted in the bathroom, and I was so embarrassed. I'm like, wow, this can't possibly get worse. But just hold on, buckle your seatbelt, pal, because you want to know what? It gets worse. It gets worse. So I'm still going. I'm still pacing myself. I haven't given up. I know I made a large, embarrassing noise, but I still thought, you know what, I can push through. Let's just not do any worse. And then, not even a push later, it blows again. It blows again. And I think that happened about 8 more times. I kind of want to move on. I don't want to talk about this story anymore. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't know who was in the stall next to me. I have no clue who was in the stall next to me, but either they were giggling or they were crying. I couldn't hear what they were doing, but there's no way they were standing there straight-faced. They had to have had a reaction to this. Hopefully they understood. Hopefully they were empathetic, and they knew that I didn't want it this way. If I had a choice in it, if I had a say in it, I didn't want it this way. I hope they understood that. I hope they knew that I wasn't trying to do this. Because what sick son of a bitch would try to pull what I pulled today? After what felt like hours, I finally was able to get a hold of myself, and I had finished my duty. Literally my duty. And then I cleaned up, washed my hands, dried them off, walked out of the bathroom, and that was that. That was the story. Still don't know who was in the stall next to— Shit, sorry. Excuse me. Still don't know who was in the stall next to me, but hopefully they don't know— hopefully they didn't know whoever it was. They didn't know it was me in that stall, so... Pretty embarrassing story. Anyways, thank you for your time.